What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am somewhat a little bit more prepared today. Just wanted to go over the whole Antifa riots in Atlanta over the weekend. As some of you may know, there was some shit going down. There was at least 6 people arrested. A cop car was burnt down. Multiple businesses were vandalized. Governor Kemp tweeted that violence and unlawful destruction of property are not acts of protest. Duh. They are crimes that will not be tolerated in Georgia and will be prosecuted fully. The Atlanta police chief, Darren Sherbaum, told reporters that multiple protesters were found with explosive devices on them. And one of those devices was used to set an Atlanta police car on fire. Explosive devices. Protesters who hit the streets after calls for a night of rage by Antifa members were also seen throwing bricks at Atlanta Police Department vehicles and smashing property. I talked to a local Leo who I know Saturday, I don't know, early afternoonish, asking him if he'd heard anything about what was going on. And he said he hadn't heard anything at the time, and he's not even in Atlanta or like the close subsidiary Atlanta PD. He's in a town 30, 45 minutes outside of Atlanta City, I should say. And he said that they already knew ahead of time that majority of the people in the protest were out-of-towners for Antifa, and several of them were already known to have priors for similar situations in other cities. So they're trying to make it look like Georgians were just revolting and going crazy, but the majority of them, much like all these other riots that we've seen over the last couple of years, were not actually from Georgia. There was also some shootings that went on in California and Florida. However, I did not get enough time to put in any actual research on that before doing this. I only have a few minutes, so we're keeping this pretty brief. Just a reminder to you guys, train. And then when you think you've got it down, train some more. If you don't know how to use your stuff, how are you going to use it in an emergency? Some of it should come naturally to you, but I mean, in the heat of the moment, are you going to know where that mag is at? Are you going to know where that tourniquet is at without having to go all over? You know what I'm saying? And Bear from Bear Independent said it best, and I'm paraphrasing. We already know that there's civil unrest going on. It's pretty damn obvious, but with the 2024 elections coming up, the surge of civil unrest is just going to get way worse. It always gets worse before it gets better, and I think we're almost to the point that it's going to get worse before things get worse. Like, yeah, the 24 election's coming up, but there's nobody that can come in and snap their finger and everything going back to being fine. I believe part of the problem also is the division that's been sown in over the last, I'm going to go ahead and say it, since Obama was in office, not just between races, but between the political lines. The division that has been sown in through indoctrination of our children in the schools and TV shows and all this other bullshit. And the majority of people have lost sight of the bigger picture. They think it's every man for himself, maybe, or every political side for themselves, and I'm right, you're wrong, and if you don't agree with me, then fuck you. But Guys, if we're not working together, this isn't going to work. Like, we can't do it all by ourselves. I can't run my garden, take care of the animals, protect my family, eat, exercise, you know, do patrols, watch, and sleep all by myself. I can't do everything by myself. You can't do everything by yourself. You got to have help. You got to train, guys. We have to be out there training. You know, because it's like George Washington said, stay strapped or get clapped. I know this was brief. Hopefully you still like it. If you've been following along on my Instagram channel, there are a lot of behind the scenes and previews of stuff coming up, kind of like this solar battery bank thing that I will be doing a review on at some point. Anyways, guys, that's all I got. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.